Alright guys, so now we're back to refutation. And refutation, of course, is right here on your outline. It is number 3, A, B, C, D. So I'm going to go through that and show you what it looks like if I were to put it on an outline. And then I will, again, conclude it by telling you how that would look like on your essay. Okay? So for refutation, we have number 3 being refutation, and A has your counter thesis. So we already know what my thesis is. My thesis is the soldier should not left Beowulf in his time of need. What would my counter thesis be? Soldiers should have left Beowulf in his time of need. All right? And then letter B is my counter proof, right? What is my major counter proof as to why they should have left? And then I have here from last time that the dragon was terrifying. So that's what I put on B. The dragon was terrifying. And then under, on number 1, my subproofs, my 3 subproofs for the dragon being terrifying. The soldiers could die. They weren't as strong as Beowulf, and they had never fought a dragon. That was my counterproof, or my subproofs, that support my counterproof. And then on number 2, I would have the reason why that is inadequate. The soldiers should be courageous. The reason why this counterproof and subproof of the dragon being terrifying isn't sufficient is because the soldiers are soldiers. They're supposed to be courageous. And then I move on to my second counterproof. And my second counterproof was that Beowulf fought alone. You know, again, he did great in his battles before. What are my 3 subproofs supporting this? Well, I'm supporting it because he's won all his other battles. He was strong, and he was not scared to face the dragon alone. He never once cried out for help. And then the second reason why this is not adequate. Okay, and then I put here friends help in their time of need. I'm going back, and I'm totally supporting the proof that I had for the first one. Okay. And then the summary of my refutation would be that the dragon was terrifying and Beowulf was the dragon is terrifying and that Beowulf fought alone were not good reasons for the soldiers leaving Beowulf. Okay? Now, this is what it would look like when I put it in an essay. Okay? So I would say, all right, here you go. I have a cheat sheet here, and I'm going to send this to you as well. All right, so it would say, the first paragraph would say, some would say that the soldiers should have left Beowulf in his time of need. They would say that the dragon was terrifying, and that the soldiers, because the dragon was terrifying, the soldiers could have died, and they weren't as strong as Beowulf. Some would even argue that they never fought a dragon, so there was no reason for them to think that they could win fighting against a dragon. But the reason why this argument is invalid is because that they were soldiers and they were supposed to be courageous, prepared for battle, whether it was a dragon that they fought or had never fought before. So that's invalid. And then I would move on to a second paragraph. This is my second paragraph in refutation. I would then restate. In addition, some people argue that Beowulf always fought alone, and because he fought alone, he had always won his previous battles. Some would argue that in all of the battles that he's won, he was already strong and very well capable to engage in battle by himself. Not only that, Beowulf was not scared of fighting the dragon all alone. However, this reason is invalid because the soldiers were supposed to be his friends, and friends help when they are needed, and Beowulf definitely needed their help in and during this time. And then there would be one more paragraph, which is the summary, and it would go something like this. Neither of these arguments, that the dragon was terrifying or that Beowulf always fought alone, would give a good reason or an excuse for the soldiers to leave Beowulf in his time of need. So that would be the conclusion for my refutation. All right? So hope that helps. And we are one more. We're going to go down to conclusion. And that should end explaining the outline and then going through your essay. All right, here we go.